Alright, welcome to the all new, all different son of Nimrod. Now I am more or less exactly the same that I was before I dropped my phone in a sink. This is Captain America 311, and Captain America is fighting one of the putties from Power Rangers. I always fancied Scorpina. This is actually a Fantastic Force bad guy called Awesome Andrew. But I didn't like saying awesome because it is too American. So I'll just call him Andrew. This is another issue that feels special to me. Another really early Marky Mark Griswold one that for a long time did seem to be one of the first ones in my collection. We have a great opening sequence that picks up from the last issue. Constrictor Man, he got pummeled to near death by the Serpent, a.i.m. for not playing ball with them. So Captain America, he has gone to visit him in hospital to probe him about the Serpent. And this is an important scene because after Captain America gets to leave, a nurse comes in and tries to assassinate Constrictor Man. She probably should have waited at least 10 minutes after Captain America left, because he was barely out the door when she pulled the gun. So Captain America is on point to rescue Constrictor Man. But yeah, this failed assassination attempt. This was the first appearance of Scourge. I think technically he first appeared in Iron Man 194, which came out a week or two before this. But as Scourge is a Marky Mark character, I would consider this his first official appearance, his first full appearance. It is this book where we get the majority of Scourge content anyway. Scourge, he was an assassin that went around murdering super baddies. He showed up in little sequences like this in a lot of books. And then in a few issues' time, Captain America starts hunting him down. I am sure I have said it before. I didn't like one thing Marky Mark introduced, and that is that Steven Rogers works as an artist at Marvel Comics, and he is penciling Captain America's comic. We ditched this setup about 12 issues into the run, but it is the very definition of an idea that takes you out of the story and the comic. While they are not the main focus of this issue, we do get some stuff with the Serpent, a.i.m. Marky Mark uses the next batch of issues to build them up really well in the background of other stories. I think the next 10 or so issues, even though only 2 or 3 of those issues actually feature the Serpent, a.i.m. as the main bad guys, They are somewhat of a constant presence through all 10 of those issues. This one here, it also starts another direction for this run, or the early days of this run, which is Captain America ganning out and travelling the country and helping Americans out. I think this is a pretty decent setup for Captain America. He is meant to represent and embody America and the American dream, but for most his comics, he's locked firmly in at New York. This also allows him to get out there and help the common man, the working class Joe, the very people that truly do reflect the American dream and Captain America. For this one, Captain America, he goes to Ohio after receiving a phone call from a farmer who has spotted something weird in his barn. We already know from the cover that it is Andrew from the Putty Patrol. Look, it is one of my absolute most favourite things ever. What people thought robot vision looked like in the 80s. Fucking love it. Captain America, he meets Andrew and they fight. I didn't get much into the intricacies of fights on this channel. This whole thing with Andrew, though, the fact that Captain America only got alerted to it by some bloke phoning him up, it is important because it leads Captain America to start a public hotline and a support network so that people can reach him more easily to report stuff like this. Some more subplot with the Serpent Society of America. They introduce themselves and their new unionized group of mercenaries to Kingpin Man. And despite their efforts to court his business here, he never hires them once. We get back to the battle. It is a fun fight between Captain America and Andrew, a bad guy that he doesn't normally gang up against. Andrew is an unspeaking machine that kind of just thrashes around. It also has the ability to morph its body and to mimic some powers. There's Captain America jamming his shield into its brain, just like on the cover. He is looking for a weak spot to exploit. And I always found Andrew's powers were not defined very well. Especially his copycat powers. Like, I assumed upon contact with Captain America's shield, he would then emulate the shield. He would become indestructible like that. But he doesn't. I looked up online about those powers and it said that he can only copy one thing at a time, which is definitely wrong because in Avengers Spotlight 27, he copies at least 3 powers at once. The resolution to this story is a bit suspect too. Captain America, he manages to deactivate Andrew, and he is totally fine with leaving this potential threat in this barn in Ohio. and letting this family who found them watch over them and report any trouble. Nah, I'm not buying that. Captain America, he would be a lot more proactive than this. He would have Andrew transported to the care of the Avengers or Project Cadmus or something like that. He wouldn't leave this eventual problem in the care of civilians who have a high percentage chance of becoming victims should Andrew ever be activated again. For what it's worth, Marky Mark, he does follow up on this a year or so later in a fill-in issue of Avengers. But this just isn't Captain America thinking responsibly here. We end with some setup for an upcoming issue. a.i.m. They hire the Serpent to assassinate m.o.d.o.k. That's not actually the next issue, though. This is a Marky Mark Captain America. These are always the ones that, when it comes time to conclude on, I chicken out, because there is nought I can really say that isn't fanboyism. I like this. I have a few nitpicks, but I like it. This is Captain America. This is Captain America to me. This is my Captain America, regardless of the niggles at the end. I said niggles, not, 7 thumbs up.